comedian David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. I went out shopping day because I need to buy some shit for Europe. I wanted to get a jacket, a jumper, a new fucking hat. I don't know if I'll need a jacket and a jumper. Apparently there's a fucking heat wave in England. I don't know how hot it gets in Scotland. By the way, I've got a fucking whopping headache, which is anyone else's mild headache. I've always wondered when I get fucking injured or something, or get a slight cold or whatever, I've always wondered how other people would deal with it, whether I have a high pain threshold or a low one. I think it's relatively high, but it's also very low for small things. I think I have a pretty good tolerance for like high level pain. Extreme pain, I've got no tolerance. Zero. I'm not interested. I check out. But like broken fingers, collapsed lungs, shit like that, I can deal with. I just push it to the side and keep darting. But like small nagging shit, I have no tolerance. Like this mild headache, and I've got a little bit of a fucking sore throat too. They're just grinding me down, but I'm sure anyone else would be able to push through pretty easily. I've also been like thinking is less the word than daydreaming, but like I read this thing, it was actually by Donald Hoffman, the fucking scientist cunt. And he said mathematically it's possible that every single human being sees reality in a completely fucking different way. Like it's not even close to the same. Like if I got teleported into someone else's body and saw through their eyes, like a TV would be like a rainbow or some shit. You wouldn't even recognize what the fuck you're looking at. Basically, he's saying there is an objective reality out there, but everyone's subjective experience of it can be completely fucking different. There's room for that mathematically or something. I don't know. I could even just be making up the mathematical part. Follow the science. That's all I need to say. Mathematically, it's possible. Like, I mean, I'm not doing the mathematics, but mathematically, if you bang it up on the calculator, it's possible everyone's seeing a different reality. So I'm looking at people now, and I'm trying to picture what they're seeing and how different it could be from what I'm seeing. And as far as I can get is like they're seeing different colors, things might not be as sharp. I can't really stretch my mind far enough to get to the point where someone's looking at an apple and it's actually fucking fluorescent purple with spikes and shit coming out of it. It's hard. But then you go to the fucking animal world and their senses and their fucking visual system and smelling and all that's completely different to fucking humans. So they're experiencing the objective world in a way we have no fucking idea about. Like I was watching this thing the other day, some fucking animal thing, and there's a bird that lays its eggs in another bird's nest, and then the bird hatches and rolls out the other eggs. Like the actual eggs the fucking bird that owns the nest laid. This fucking dodgy fucking bird rolls them out, fucking murders these fucking eggs, and then is raised by these fucking birds. But the thing is, these birds are fucking tiny, and the dodgy fucking egg roller bird is huge. So these tiny little birds are sitting on top of this giant bird's head trying to feed it, keep it warm. They can't tell. They can't tell the difference between their shitty little birds and this other fucking giant bird like the size of a fucking eagle. So they're just continuously trying to feed this bird, and they're fucking tiny, so they're just fucking out there getting worms and shit just 24/7 until this fat fuck bird finally is too big for the actual nest. But those birds are obviously not fucking seeing shape, size, color. I don't know what the fuck these birds are seeing. They're probably just seeing like a blurry type. I don't know. I'm also having trouble stretching my imagination to see through the eyes of a bird. Anyway, where the fuck was I? I've got a headache, but that wasn't the point either. I went shopping. So I went shopping. This is going to seem so fucking irrelevant and pointless now. I'm really going to have to muster up some false anger. So I went shopping today, wanted to get a new hat, couldn't find one. Wanted a new jacket, couldn't find one. But I found a hoodie. Shopping is just fucked as well. It's just all the same shit. I don't want to wear the same clothes as some fucking Indian accountant. It's annoying that I have to wear the same clothes. Anyway, so I find this hoodie and I go up to the fucking counter. First, this bitch calls me bro. And I'm like, what? Like, she was one of these funky chicks. I'm like, just ring it up, cunt. Bro. And then she's like, would you like a bag? I'm like, yeah, give us a bag. And she's like, no worries, homie. I'm like, fucking shut up. She called me fucking homie. No worries, homie. I'm like, do I look like a fucking homie to you? Fucking homie. So I'm like in my head just going, did she really just call me bro and homie? And I'm not fucking paying attention. And she rings it up. I pay for it. I'm like, what's this bitch going to call me now? And then she hands over my fucking hoodie. And it's in like a felt woven handmade fucking bag. I'm like, what's this? She's like, it's your bag. I'm like, where's the plastic bag? I'm like, I don't need a handle bag. She's like, they're our bags. I'm like, how much did that cost? It's got the print of the fucking name of the store and everything on it. I'm like, I just needed a fucking plastic bag. How much did that cost? Because it's all done now. I can't reverse it. She's like, $2.95. I'm like, what? $2.95 for this fucking hunk of shit? She's like, yeah, but it was 20% off because you bought the hoodie. I'm like, I don't really give a fuck, bro. I don't give a fuck, homie. You should have fucking warned me. And I just stood at the counter in shock. Like, I'll go to a supermarket and I'll carry out 47 fucking items just to save that 15 cents on the bag. And this bitch has just fucking sprung a $2.95 bag on me for a fucking hoodie. And I just stood there and it was really fucking burning. I'm like, can I ask for a fucking refund for the bag now? I fucking should have. And I did the math in my head. I'm like, this is going to annoy me for a month. And asking for a refund for the bag is going to make me really uncomfortable right now for like 38 seconds. So I'm like, just keep the fucking bag. Just seethe over it. And I tried to convince myself, I'm like, oh, it could be a good grocery bag, but it was only big enough to fit my hoodie in. It can't carry shit. And so I walked out. I'm like, shopping's over. My day's ruined. Let's go get something to eat. I can't fucking do this anymore. And I say it's only going to annoy me for a month, but I'm going to remember that on my deathbed. A $2.95 fucking bag for my hoodie. Some people will understand my pain more than others. Anyway, I've got a thumping headache, so that is it for tonight. If you're enjoying the podcast, share it around with your friends, and I will see you the fuck later.